everybody, welcome to Monday Break. We are here with the 2019 Ford Explorer behind us. Say hello to Dan.
Hey you guys, how you guys doing? Of course, I'm Daniel. You guys are familiar with me. Today we have a good surprise for you guys. We're going to be showing you guys the 2019 Ford Explorer Sport versus the 2020 Ford ST, okay? It's going to be a nice, quick video, fun video for us. We're going to keep it short and simple, but we're going to switch it up for next week. And then next week, I'm actually going to dive in deeper and show you guys some of the cool features that the 2020 does have to offer.
So 2020, okay? I love saying that. Yeah. I don't know, like 2020 vision?
Oh man, 2020.
All right, so we're going to flip-a-roo this. So how do I flip this? Like this right there? Yeah, okay. Old Freighty.
All right, you guys. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you guys a couple of the features on this vehicle. I know you guys are familiar with it. Sorry, bread and butter. I don't know if you guys have known, but the Ford Explorer has been around since 1991. That vehicle has been the top seller in the U.S. for a very, very long time. So Ford was very careful with their touches that they did to the new vehicle. So this is a sport model, okay? First and foremost, as you can see the front end, it's a nice, slick design. It's a beautiful design. You have nice LED lights, as you can see as well. But let's kind of walk around the vehicle, kind of show you. You do have 20-inch wheels on the sport model. These are the nicer wheels on this vehicle specifically. Let me go inside, kind of show you some of the interior features. That way when you see the 2020, you can see the major key differences. Okay, so on this vehicle, Sync 3 system with the 8-inch display. It's a beautiful display, beautiful screen. You guys are most likely familiar, but if not, I could also make a separate video kind of giving you more background on this. I do want to show you a little bit back here, okay, you guys. As you can see, these are our third row of mid-size SUVs. So you do have the power foot lift gate, or you do swipe your foot down here, and if it listens to you, it will open. Depends if it likes you that day or not. So one of the main things that I noticed, this is on the 2019 model. So if you have stuff back here, you kind of have to move all this stuff out of the way to be able to open your seats like completely out of the way, like I mean out of the car. So for me to open something up here, I would have to take everything out. Once I opened it up, then I can click any of these buttons here, and it would open up the vehicle. I do want to keep this video short, so we're going to try to make this as quick as possible, like I was saying. But that's how I'm going to be able to kind of get my space, you know what I mean, be able to open this up, taking everything out. You can see you have, you know what I mean, nice space for everything, but it is kind of uncomfortable to have to move that stuff. So now, let me go over to 2020, because that's really what we're talking about today, right? So if you guys don't know, as we're walking over, I'll kind of give you a little background. So Ford now got rid of this lineup. It's not called the Sport anymore. Now it's called the ST. So the ST stands for Sport Technology. Okay, so if we'll go over here, let's kind of look at the other vehicle. Let's go through these beautiful doors and into our showroom floor here at Ciocca Ford of Quakertown. All right, so the first thing I want to start off with saying it's a complete redesign. So we're going to walk around the car, just give you guys a little bit of eye candy for a little bit. If you want to stop in one day, you can stop in and come check it out. So you can see the redesign is very nice. You can see a lot of like little touches that they did to the vehicle. The ST badging, which is beautiful too. If you want to walk over here. So I don't want to talk too much. I just want Sarah to kind of show the vehicle, show you guys so you guys can see, and then I'll kind of get into it a little more. So you can see how beautiful, the beautiful body lines that you have on the new vehicle. So you can see how kind of slick it looks, which is really nice too. Those, I'll talk about those in a second. I'll kind of walk over here. You kind of just show the front end of the vehicle, okay? So now that we're at the front end of the vehicle, now I kind of want to start by just talking about a few features that you can really see the difference. So the vehicle does look a lot wider than it was before, but no worry, that's just an illusion. So the way they lined everything up, you can see this kind of comes out here. So the dimensions are very similar, but this gives it an illusion that it's a wider look. Okay, so these are going to be very beautiful adaptive headlights. They're LED lights. If you're going around a turn, for an instance, the actual light fixture doesn't move, but the actual light goes around the turn with you to kind of give you more visibility at night, which is really nice to have. Not only do you have this LED light, but you also have the LED fog light down here. And this vehicle, they try to make it a lot more aerodynamic. So if you can see this here, this is actually a vent that actually goes through here, lets air in through there, which will then come out this way and kind of help cool down the system of your vehicle. It's just for aerodynamics, which is really nice. If you guys are familiar with the 2019s, you do have the front camera on some of the models. So this front camera has something that I thought was really, really cool. You know, when you're backing up sometimes, or even you use the front camera, it starts getting a little blurry. So every time you clean your window washer, you use your window washer fluid, now there's actually going to be a window washer fluid for this too. So there's actually sparkles of water that come up, and it actually cleans the mirror for you. So how cool is that? All right, besides the beautifulness and everything that we have here, I do want to walk around and kind of show you guys something else. So, the wheels, okay? So now, for 2020, Ford is giving you guys, this is an option, of course, it's the 21-inch brake and wheel package. So you do have better brakes with the red caliper brakes, they're more stronger. You also have the 21-inch wheel, they're blacked out wheels with the Pirelli all-season tires, they're beautiful tires. Something about these tires to know on the 2020 model, these are self-sealing tires. So if you get you know what I mean, if you get a nail in there or anything in there that punctures the wheel, just pull that nail out and it will seal itself, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, if you walk over here, kind of showing you kind of a couple other things. Before I get inside the vehicle, I do want to show you something back here, okay? So first and foremost, okay, so this hitch doesn't come with a cover anymore, and now that the vehicles are primarily based rear-wheel drive, so the ST only comes in an all-wheel drive option. You could get one that's rear-wheel drive, but not on an ST model, but now they're biased to rear-wheel drive. So what that means, you're gonna have not only more towing, but you're also going to have more stability. There's a bunch of other reasons that they did it. They also lengthened the wheelbase on the actual vehicle as well. So if you notice one key thing, which I'll show you guys kind of quick, like I said, I'm trying to keep the video short, but I know it's going to be pretty long because there's a lot to cover. So if you look, so Ford actually moved the wheels forward more, so there's less space here. Now you have a longer wheelbase on the actual car itself. Because of that rear-wheel drive system that they put back there, so it gives you better stability, which is one reason that they did it. Also, they also moved the engine slightly flat back too, just for better weight distribution, which is really, really nice. But let's go back here again where I started before I kind of got off track there, you guys. And I hope you can hear me well. We've been working on getting a mic. But yeah, like I was saying before, so now you can tow up to 5,600 pounds with these. This vehicle in specific, let's show you guys the back first, actually, before I get into that. I don't want to get distracted again. All right, so actually I won't even use the button. Let me just use my foot. Keep the foot and I'll have it open for us. All right, so this is one of the things that I wanted to say. So remember when we just looked at the 2019, and this is why I showed you guys this, I kind of had to move everything out to be able to open those seats. So let me actually throw something back here. It'll be something small, but just to throw it back here. So I'm gonna put this back here, okay? Now in the other vehicle, if I put that back there and I wanted to open up that third row seating, I wouldn't be able to. I would actually have to move it out of the way because of how it folds. So Ford made it a little easier now. So if I click this button here, it'll open up the seats for me, and this part is actually stationary. Now you have 47 cubic inches back here, so you do have more space, okay? When the seats are down, folded flat. But just wanted to kind of show you guys the third row, which is really, really nice on the 2020 model. They also made a little extra compartment down here, which is really nice to have. So you guys can throw some stuff in there. We have our all-weather cargo mat back there as well, which is really nice to have. That's just for extra space, okay? All right, so now let's get to the bread and butter of the vehicle. I'm going to leave that open because we're probably going to have to hop back there to kind of show you guys the space back there. But let me close this down. Okay, so let's show you some of the other stuff that Ford has to offer, which is really nice. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up the hood. When I open up the hood of the vehicle, now you have a double click. So there's no more latch. Before there was a latch under the hood. Now you don't have to worry about that. Just pull it twice and you can just lift this right up. So first and foremost, this engine right here is going to be a 3.0 liter twin turbo engine. So the previous model had a 3.5 twin turbo engine, but this is a Ford performance vehicle. Any ST badging vehicle is going to be a Ford performance vehicle. So what they went ahead and did, they put this motor in here. Now you're going to get 400 horsepower versus the 2019 model was getting 365 horsepower. You're also going to get 415 foot-pounds of torque, or pound-feet of torque, excuse me, you guys. Versus the older model was getting 350 pound-feet of torque, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm 100% positive that's right. Besides that, then you also have the strut tower brace as well. That's actually going to be for your handling and suspension. Remember I told you they lengthened the wheelbase? So this is part of the ST suspension. This is actually going to give the vehicle more stable features to be able to drive better. Little cool thing that I know a lot of people would like this, especially at night. So you have a holographic sign that actually comes out of the light when you open up the door. I know you guys can see that in my hand there, but at night you'll be able to see that on the floor, and it just points out that it's an ST vehicle. Okay? All right, so let me show you some of the beautiful things that are inside this vehicle. If you want to show. Okay. You can come over here, Scott. All right, so first and foremost, okay? So I'm actually going to grab this and just to show off real quick. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you guys, now we have a beautiful, let me turn on the vehicle so you guys can actually see. So we have a beautiful 10.1 inch display. I think this display is absolutely phenomenal. I really like it. I was playing with it today, kind of just figuring out how to use it. It's still the Sync 3 system, but it's just so much easier to use. Let me turn this radio down. So if I click the home button here, so the home button is going to show me a 3-screen layout. You have the navigation up here, which is awesome. You have the phone that's connected right here, which is my phone, okay? And then down here, you're gonna have your audio settings. So you can either click on any of these to get to any of those screens, or I could just tap on one. So for an example, if I click on that, it's gonna take me to the navigation. Look at that beautiful full display. Like, it's an absolutely awesome full display. If you guys are familiar with the camera system, so you do have the 360 camera. Let me show you guys a little better here. So this is the front camera. Click it again and you'll be able to see a couple other options. Actually, you have to click it over here. So this is a full front view, and then the full panoramic view, which is really nice. There's Shara being funny. But besides that, then I also want to show you, if you guys are familiar with the 2019 model, there is no heated steering wheel button. There is a heated steering wheel, but there's not a button. So they made it a lot more accessible, which is really nice. You don't actually have to go into the climate system settings to actually change it. Now, they did change the dial on this vehicle. Now you have a rotary dial. Before you had a regular shifter knob. Okay? They also went ahead and they made you have a USB and a USB-C as well. A lot of people are using the USB-C nowadays. Okay, down here you're gonna have something that's called auto hold. So if you come to red lights or drive-throughs, or you're on a hill, you can actually, if this is on, let go of the brake and the vehicle will stay exactly in place, which is really nice. Okay, then you have a couple different drive modes here, which I'm going to show you on the screen. So now the instrument cluster changed completely. Now you have a 10.1 instrument cluster, which is really nice. And I'm going to hit the dial that I was just showing you guys so you guys can see like the graphics and the cinema and everything. Let me get this out of the way for you guys. So when I switch it over to any of the ones I want to, that's normal mode. I can't really see it too well. I'm trying to make it a little better. But if I scroll over, there's slippery mode, there's trail mode, which is really nice. And it changes your actual screen. So trail mode, so if you're going off-roading, because this is an off-roading vehicle, okay, you can actually see that over here. You have RPMs, but you can also see angles. So if you're on a hill, or if your steering wheel is turned a little bit, you'll be able to see that better. I'm trying to turn it so you see how it went to 2% there. You can also switch this to sport mode, since this is a Ford Performance vehicle. Let's go to sport mode, and you can see the sport mode look, which is really nice. Okay, so since we were talking about like sport performance and the 400 horsepower, just giving you guys a quick heads up, since we're in this screen right now, you're going to be able to do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds in this vehicle. What? Which is absolutely phenomenal. It's actually better than the Ford Focus ST, which is at 5.9 seconds. And this is a much heavier vehicle, so it's a very powerful vehicle, very strong vehicle, very good engine. It's completely redesigned, like I was saying, you guys. Okay, so let me kind of get out of here and kind of give you a couple other the little glimpses that I saw that I really liked. So I really liked all the fabric and everything they use. So this is all soft touch, which is really nice. Not really any hard plastic or anything like that. It's all soft touch. They gave it a nice, you can see here, stitching. Yeah, it's kind of like offset the color a little bit. You have the B&O sound system now, not the Sony sound system, which is really nice. And then one really neat thing, so if you see this button right here, let me actually zoom in. So that's going to be something that wasn't available in the 2019. That's going to be something called multi-contour seating, which is massaging seating essentially. A lot of the other Ford vehicles have had that already, but the new vehicle, actually they moved it around just to change it a little bit, just to actually hit your like pressure points on your actual body and make it a lot easier for nice test drives. Okay, besides that, let me show you guys the steering wheel here. Okay, so as you can see, the steering wheel has a really nice feel to it, and then it's also kind of a flat bottom steering wheel, more of that performance look, which is really nice as well. Since the gauges all changed, all the buttons kind of changed too. So you do have adaptive cruise control right here, which the vehicle now can do something called sign recognition. So you can actually set the cruise control to go 7 miles an hour over the speed limit, and as soon as the speed limit changes, the vehicle speed would change, as long as you have your adaptive cruise control on. That's going to be your lane centering. So if you know what lane centering is, that's what that is. This right here is going to be lane keep system. Just regular button, just push it in. You'll be able to see how like the screen changes and you see the lines coming up, okay, which is really nice. And then they also did this, which I really like. this is going to be to charge your phone. So this is a wireless charging pad. As long as your phone is compatible, you can actually put your phone down right there and it'll be super easy to use, which I really, really like. Okay, besides that, let me kind of show you guys some of the other features in the back here that we have. So, first and foremost, if you have kids, you don't want the sun to bother them too much, you know, you can actually pull this up, which is really nice, and hang it up here. Okay, and that's going to block the sun a little bit, which is really nice. Now, what Ford did, they wanted to make it a little more accessible for people to get into the third row. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Actually, we're going to have Shara hop in, but before she hops in, let me show her how we actually move the seat back. So now, Ford made it more accessible so parents don't have to get out of their car to actually move the seats for the kids. Just push a button, and the seat will literally slide forward now. So it makes it so much easier to actually get into the back seat, and they made a little platform so you can step on. So Shara's getting back in there. All right, so you guys can kind of see the kind of space that you actually have back there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around to the other door so you can see her a little better. Let me move this seat back. All right, and I'm going to come around the other vehicle from the other side. All right, and as you guys can see, let me move this out of the way. Look at all the legroom Shara has. Shara, you think we can go to Maryland and you'll be comfortable there?
Yeah, actually it's pretty comfortable. You know, I could even stretch out like that.
If you really wanted to, which is really nice. And now that she's saying stretch out like that, so let me show you something too, you guys. So first and foremost, Ford is now going to make all second rows, they're going to come standard with captain chairs. Now, bench seating is still an option, but now it's optional. Okay, so they're going to have this right here, which is this really strong plastic. So if your kids are stepping on this, you don't have to worry about them breaking it or anything like that. Ford actually made it that way, so it's, you know what I mean, durable. Besides that, then what I want to show you here, right here, you're going to have a lot thicker of an arm support, armrest, and this will actually, you know what I mean, make it a lot more comfortable for those longer drives, which is really nice. And then one other thing that I want to show you guys too. So you have your heated seats button back here for your second row, but they also included USB, USB-C, and then your 110. Okay, now on the Platinum model there is screens on the back of the headrest, so if you had a PlayStation or something you wanted to play, you'd be able to play it no problem. Just giving you guys a heads up. Okay, now like I said, I wanted to keep this video short. I feel like we're making it really long. Let me let Shara out of there. Okay, I'll be right around. Shara. All right, so hopefully we can end it here. Let me turn the screen around. All right. So let's end it here, Shara, this week. All right, before we end this, just keep our hands here for right now. Yeah. Next week, we're going to be going over the 2020 Explorer in more depth. Not really comparing it to the 2019 Ford Explorer, but we're going to kind of just be showing you guys how to use everything. I wanted to keep this video short. I know I probably made it a little too long, but I hope you guys like it. And if you have any comments or anything you want me to show you guys, please just comment it below and let us know, okay? So let's end it here with Monday Break.